Good morning. Welcome to Saturday in the Studio. This is Lisa Schmidt with the Stamper Studio. And today I'm going to show you a card that I posted on actually Friday. I was a little bit late this week posting that card. And so let's go. Let me show it to you. So this is the card that we're going to make. And I decided to use the stamp set Painted Poppies. And one thing I love about this stamp set is that this is very simple, but it could be by itself. I like this little background and the texture, the leaves, and then, of course, this one is fun. I'm going to use several of these in what we're going to make. So, and I'm going to use poppy cardstock. I don't know, somehow because the name is Painted Poppies, I feel like I have to use poppy cardstock. So this is the normal 8.5 by 4 1/4, and I scored it at 2 1/16. And then instead of trying to figure out where to score it here, I just flip it over and score it at 2 1/16. Okay, so that's my base here. And I'm going to stamp these front covers. The first thing I'm going to use is Versamark. Now, if you've never used Versamark, it just gives it's like a light, what am I trying to say? Mark. A light mark on the, oopsie. Watermark is what I'm looking for, and that is not the color I wanted to do, but that's okay. It doesn't even matter. I'm going to use this background stamp for this. It's super light. Can you see it? Let me pull it up to make sure. I don't know if you can really see it, but I'm going to do, it gives it a nice little texture. So I'm going to do this background in the Versamark to get that little watermark there. And then you'll see why the leaf had poppy on it. And so if this ever happens to your stamp pads, let me tell you how to get rid of it. You take a wet wipe and you dab it on, and then you re-ink it, and it'll take it off. So that's not the first time that has happened, obviously. All right, so we're going to use our poppy ink, and I am going to use this leaf, and I'm going to do the same thing again and just give it a little bit of dimension here, crossing over the middle, just on and off. I like to make sure I stamp off the paper. Oops. There we go. I like to make sure I stamp off, just give it lots of background here. Notice I don't even look at really where I place it. I just stamp it because it's going to look great. So there we go. All right, so that is our background. I want to make sure, well, I guess you can see it a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to use, the this right here, the Stitch So Sweetly Dies. I use this all the time, and I'm actually going to close up this because I'm done using that. I don't want to go back into it. So Stitch So Sweetly Dies. The thing I love about this is these stitched rectangles all nest together, so I could layer them. But these also, if you have this as a background and this as the front, they look super, same with the other two shapes. So that is what we're going to do. So we're going to go and whoop, die cut this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There it is. All right. So I'm going to stamp on here in basic gray. Sometimes I like to use basic gray as opposed to using black, just to give it make it a little bit more subtle. Okay. Lovely. And then I'm going to color it with our Stampin' Blends. I just had a customer who placed her order last night was for Stampin' Blends, and she said, I think I have all of them now. So I said, don't you just love them? And she said, yes, I do. So this is Poppy, and I'm going to just color. So I just kind of scribble color, and then I'll go back and make a little bit darker, maybe in some spots. So we're just going to try to get the end there. There you go. And if I ever go outside the lines, I just make sure I go outside the lines on all of it. And then it looks like I was supposed to do that. So I'm going to make it dark. See, like right, I don't know if you can see right there, it kind of went out. That's okay. So we'll just pull this down and make it look like it was supposed to be that way. You know my secrets now. Then I'm going to take the old olive and color in this leaf. And I'm just going to do these stems. Really don't care if I'm outside the lines very much. And I'm going to go back and do Poppy right here. There we go. Isn't that just pretty? I mean, it's simple. It's simple, but it's very pretty. I'm going to use Stays on because we're going to use cardstock, the vellum cardstock. And I'm going to stamp. That one has a little bit of poppy on it, so I'm not going to use that one. There we go. Stays on is something you can use because it will stay on. Funny how that happens. And I'm going to stamp my with love and sympathy. I'm actually making this card. We had a friend who passed away this week, and he had 5 heart surgeries. Insane, 63 years old. So this is going to be for him. So you need to stamp it and then set it aside and let it dry for just a moment. So I've got one here ready for us. And this is just a really cool way to add a little sentiment, but you can still see through to the image. And this is pretty thick. Thus it's called the thick cardstock, or thick vellum. Cardstock vellum. There we go. I'm just going to fold it behind and go ahead and adhere this little bit right there. Oops. And stick that on there. I'm going to make sure it's straight again before I stick the other side. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I think that's just really pretty. I debated on putting gems and decided, no, not going to put any gems on it. I am going to pop it up and put it on our basic gray. So if you know, one thing I do like to do, I like to pop up things to give it more dimension. I usually do the 4 corners, there we go, and the middle. And remember, I told you one quick trick is if you just stick your fingernail in the middle, then it pops up the background or the back piece, so you can just peel that off. Just like that. That's typical, right? All right. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Got it. Okay. And I'm going to just adhere this right here. There we are. And then I will put it back, put it on our poppy. Now, here's the thing I sometimes make a mistake is I'm so used to putting adhesive on all of this that I do that. And then I'm like, oh, dang, made a mistake. So I want to put adhesive just on this side. And I want to remember when I turn it over, it's this side. So I'm actually going to put my thumb there. So I know this is the side that I want ink on. Or not ink, that I want adhesive on. Hi, Barb. Thanks for showing up. It's always fun to see people come and watch. All right. So there is the main part of my card. One thing I want to do is use a bone folder and actually get this to stay closed a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So then inside, I'm going to show you the inside of this one. I decided to decorate the inside and put a little bit of colored flowers. Even though it's so sad that he died, we know he's with Jesus. So I thought, well, there's kind of some flowers there. So I like to stamp before I adhere, because if I don't like the way I did it, I can flip it over because our cardstock is nice and thick. So this one, what do you think? Just color them in poppy. I could do that. I could leave it plain. I don't know that you want to sit here and watch me color all those, but I would color them all in and then stick them on. Whoops. Where's my sticky? Let me grab this one. My goodness. There we go. Okay. So we'll go ahead and stick this on. Good morning, Laverne. How are you, my dear? I sent Isla a card yesterday. She's going to enjoy it. All right. So we're going to stick that on there. And that's it. So like I said, on this one, I colored it all different colors. But on this one, I thought, well, we could color it all in just the red. And then instead of going over the stems, I thought, oh, that might be too much. I just kind of added some grass, which you could or could choose to do or not. So there is super simple card. Now, you know, I like to show you, first off, I want to tell you poppies, the poppy set is just $23. And then there are dies that coordinate with it. I did debate on using this one on the bottom of here and then thought, I'm good. So these, you can get the dies when you sometimes when you buy things as a bundle. So when you get the dies and the stamp set together, you save 10%. So it's $52 for the set, or you can just get the stamp set for $23. Okay, so that is our Painted Poppies card. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to send both of them today. And then, of course, I want to show you one other card I made with it. You ready? Wow. Look at this. I love this. This is Celebrate Sunflowers. And Instead of putting, I decided to go ahead and put a belly band is what they call this on here, so that you would slide it off to go ahead and open it up. Okay. And here I want to tell you, I did die cut out the little center, but that's only because when I colored them, I didn't like the way they looked. So I was just going to color them and like, oops, got to cover that up. So isn't that gorgeous? This is just a stunning card. So on Monday with New in the Studio, I am going to highlight the Celebrate Stamping or Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set. So be sure to come back on Monday night at 7, and I have some other cards to show you using Celebrate Sunflowers. I just think this is absolutely stunning. I don't know if you can see there's a die cut on top. Oh, and then I put a little glitter in there with some crystal effects. It's gorgeous. And this comes with the stamp set. I just shrunk it down to make it, I stamped it smaller or punched it smaller to make it fit there. So if you want to see how to make this and some other some cards with the Celebrate Sunflowers, please come back on Monday night for our New in the Studio. All right, so those are our cards today. I have a couple announcements, of course. Couple things I want to tell you is if you do not have the mini catalog, please, 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 please. It's not really called the mini anymore. It's just August to December. I guess it's called mini. Please let me know, and I will pop it in the mail to you. This starts August 4th. I've already gotten my supplies if you saw the unboxing, and I am so excited. I made one card already that we're going to use for a September Stamp Club. That's coming out new, September Stamp Club. So that is one announcement I want to make for you. The other one is, if you saw these little things here, this is from my paper pumpkin yesterday. So make sure if you'd like to get paper pumpkin, it's $22, and you just have to sign up for the next one by August 10th. And paper pumpkin, the next one is all about heroes. So I'll tell you, yesterday I did the video, I made the cards, and I sent them last night. Oh my goodness, it was so much fun. I had a great time doing that. And then the last announcement. Oh yes, and you can subscribe at pumpkin.thestamperstudio.com. Okay, pumpkin.thestamperstudio.com. There we go. The last thing I want to tell you about is these are our simple stamping cards for August 6th. You do need to register by July 29th. So they're all fun folds, and they're all using our new in-color paper. Ready? Woo! There's that die I was talking about. And this is probably my favorite. We did do this one time on Saturday in the studio. Whoops. But I don't know that you made it. So, and there's that thanks that I used on the sunflower. And this one. So isn't that just so much fun? So all you need to do is provide the sentiments, and I will provide everything else. I will mail them to you to make these 4 cards, $12. So you need to register by August 6th. You can register at register.thestamperstudio.com. So make sure you register by July 29th so I can get that cut and ready to go for you. I think I'm just going to double check. Oh, last thing is if you order, please use the host code. That way, then I send you a card kit. If you order over $50, I will send you a card kit to make 4 cards. So I know that Laverne and Barb have both made some of these cards, and they're just super fun to get things already cut out in the mail. Right, ladies? All right. And of course, where can you order? Order.thestamperstudio.com. Are you catching the theme? All right. Well, I have a new motto, and my motto is happy. I have a cup of happy. I'll go on the side. Cup of happy. Happy stamping. Have a great Saturday. Happy stamping. Bye.